I don't think anyone in the world can deny the fact that Freeze has been, if not one of the best turrets in Tanki Online subjectively. Whether it be close range or really big maps, depending on how fast you are basically unstoppable if you reach the enemy base. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about why Freeze has remained in the meta for so long and why I feel like it might stay in the meta for the years to come. Now, if we look at a baseline, Freeze has two other competitors. Well, ignoring Tesla, we have Isita and Firebird. Firebird is basically Freeze's older brother, and it used to be a lot better than Freeze in most case scenarios, back when Burn actually used to do damage. Now it doesn't do as much damage as it used to do, but now, because of that, Freeze has taken the upper hand because now you can disable double damage as a whole. And there's also one thing to notice. Most of the OP turrets in Tanki Online have a lot of really good augments, whether it be critical mix, corrosive mix, any of these very high DPS augments are extremely well put together, and they have actually remained in the meta for quite some time. That also kind of brings me to my next point, where it has no bad augments. Freeze, you can't say any augment is bad. Even Adrenaline is super good. The status augments are extremely well put together. And even if a augment does have a damage decrease, the amount of DPS you do over a period of time is way more than enough to finish your enemy. And that's not the only thing. Freeze has both offensive and defensive capabilities, where you could defend a flag using Shock Freeze, or you could play extremely offensive with Critical Mix. Now, that versatility does help for both campers and offensive players at the same time. Something I also do want to mention is that if you're comparing Firebird with Freeze, Firebird's ammo capacity is a lot less than Freeze. You could shoot with Freeze for a longer period of time compared to Firebird. Though the damage removal might not seem like a lot at first at a base stance, but in the long term you'll notice that you might be able to beat most people in a one-on-one encounter just because you're able to remove their double damage. Now the real question comes, does Freeze need a nerf or a buff? I mean, if anyone's dumb enough to say that it's a buff, then you clearly don't know what you're saying. Does Freeze need a nerf? I don't think so. At its base stance, majority of the current tanky meta is camping, and for Freeze to work out extremely well for you, you need to have either a very close range map or just end up with a really good team to actually get value from Freeze overall. One question that does get tossed around a lot is how come Freeze is better than Firebird in most case scenarios, and it wasn't that OP back in the days, back when Burn actually used to do a lot more damage than it does now. And that's because favoritism. I mean, the developers just like Freeze more than Firebird. I mean, if you take Hammer for an example, that turret has remained in the meta since the dawn of time, and it hasn't seemed to fallen off. And the same thing could be said about Shaft as well. It's a developer favorite. There are certain turrets that the developers love and certain that they don't exactly like, or well, they try to neglect. For example, Isita. That turret was one of the worst for so many years, and then finally it just got buffed where you're able to shoot infinitely, but that still isn't that good because the damage overall is quite less compared to Firebird and Freeze. And that basically kind of wraps up why Freeze has remained in the meta and why I feel like it is completely future-proof. So if there's anyone that's pretty low ranked, or you are looking for something that's close range and really, really good, I would highly recommend using Freeze or maxing Freeze as soon as you can. Don't forget to join the Discord in the video description down below. As for always, I'll see you guys all in another one. Peace.